Alright guys, so in this video I'm going to be giving you 5 tips on how to make your dubstep drops or rhythm drops much fuller or just much better. And here's my example. The first tip is to be unique and definitely just be unique with your sound design, you know. It doesn't matter what you think. If you do like it, then you like it. But if you don't like it, but you still have that little hint of liking it, then maybe it's something to go with. The second tip that's really going to help you, let's say, make better drops is constantly focusing on the background. So I have this stuff going on in the background, right? And it's like, this stuff is doing a lot. Whether you can hear it or not, it's doing a lot. Like you couldn't even hear but it adds something subconsciously. It adds something there. It adds some sort of movement that you can't tell when everything's happening, but it's there. So your brain's gonna perceive it. Still, like there's more movement happening in the drop rather than it just being like, you know, like this. Another tip would be switching it up. So like by this is like full out throughout the whole thing. Like here, if I play this for you right here and I go to over here, it's not gonna sound the same. It may be the same like LFO, but it's a total switch up of what I was doing from what I was doing in the first, you know, first 16 or the first 4. And we're gonna go back to the example just to show you that switching it up, just even the slightest, is going to do a lot. So like you would think that after you hear this, you think that I would go back to something like that, right? You think I'd go back to something like of that sort, but no, I don't. What I do is I totally change the waveform and almost the sound, but keeping the same LFO. And then I go back into what I did at the first, just because it kind of fit, and it also reminds the listener of what they were truly listening to at first. It keeps that consistent you know, and then it goes right back into it right at the end. So that's the third tip. Fourth tip to this would be, let's say you're getting to your second drop, right? And what I hear a lot in a lot of people's stuff is they'll kind of go back to the same thing of what they were doing here. And I've definitely done it in past tunes, I cannot lie. But what's going to help you more stand out from the crowd is if you do a different bass like arrangement, like a different type of pattern, my bad. If you do a different type of pattern and even maybe waveform, like it's totally different than you would expect. Like you would think that it might go back into something like this or drop maybe even in the sort of this, but no. What I did is I took something from here. I really liked that. So then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to play with the arrangement a little bit and then drop it and change the wavetable. And then I go back into it kind of. And then the fifth tip is kind of going to be a repeat of everything else here. But it's to constantly change up. Like, just keep on switching up. So like so here we go. This is a bad example of me talking about what I'm saying. Now this will work because I went from doo-doo, 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 right? Into doo-doo, 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 doo-doo. So it works, right? And then I switched it up even more with the initial bass sounds. So you don't hear that over here. You see what I'm saying? It's totally different. And then I also switch up just a little bit of how this is supposed to be portrayed than it was in the first drop. Right? And then I switch it up again. So like where I'm getting to is you kind of always want to keep on switching up every 4. Yeah, I would say every 4 bars. You might want to switch up it just in the slightest. But after that 8 or that, let's say 16, if you're doing 16, after this whole section right here, it'd probably be wise to go to something totally different. You see what I'm saying? It's like you're taking this expectation away from the listener, but still keeping it there with the sound structures and the LFO. But you're changing things up just so slightly that it's just going to hit the listener while they're on the dance floor, or it's going to hit the listener while they're in the car with their friends in a totally different, impactful way. They're going to hit this and be like, oh my God, what's this new thing going on? Let's go, guys. You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna really help your music and boost your music to get bigger and more, just better. And yeah, and if I keep on playing this, it's just gonna keep on changing. Okay, here you go. Wait, switch up. And one more time. I do a slight switch. You see what I'm going to? Like, I mean, yeah, this was a little bit of a quickie. Like, I switched it pretty quick. This was pretty quick for me to switch it up. But it's just constantly keeping that, like, expectation to be, like, surprised. I don't want someone listening to my tune and being like, oh, this is what's going to happen next. Oh, it's just going to sound like this the next 8 bars. It's just going to be a repeat. No, it's going to be almost a repeat, but totally surprising and different than it was in this drop. So, I kind of just wanted to do a quick video on that. And remember to always fill out your background. Like, the reason why this drop sounds so full is because of all this shit in the background. Thank you for watching. Never give up. Be awesome. Keep on making really good music. And feel free to always send me stuff, So, bye. Oh, and I'm going to be doing live streams. I'm going to start it again every Wednesday. So, this Wednesday at 8:30, I'll be doing a live stream.